I want to speak in English. I don't want to pay for expensive English courses, and also I can self-study English. Today I'm here to tell you how you can study English all by yourself. Now what you're waiting for, let's watch it, learn it. The first step to study English is to set a goal for yourself. You should know that why you are learning English. If you say that everyone is speaking in English, so I should learn it too, it is a good reason, but it is not enough. You should say, I want to learn English because I'm traveling abroad, I want to continue my study in a foreign country, so I need to improve my speaking. Or I'm taking an IELTS or TOEFL exam and I need a great band score. This is a great reason to motivate you every time you feel tired. So if you have a dream before you start learning English, every time you open your book, you feel passionate and energetic, you want to finish that book as fast as possible. But if you don't have a goal, every time you finish a lesson, you will close your book and you would say, English is so confusing, I don't want to learn it anymore. So this is the difference between someone who has a goal and someone who doesn't. This step number 2 is to know about your English level. Before you choose your English learning book, you should definitely know that if you are a beginner, intermediate or advanced level student. Because if you are a beginner student and you start studying an advanced level book, after a month you feel so exhausted and tired and you would say English is so difficult, I cannot understand anything. And on the other hand, if you are an advanced level student and you start learning some beginner level books, again, you will feel tired and bored because you would say English is so boring. So it is important to know your English level before you start learning English. I know that if you want to self-study English, you might have some questions because you don't know their answers. And it is totally okay. You can ask me in the comments or also you can email me. It is totally okay, and you know that I always answer your questions. This step number 3 is choose the way that you want to study English with. Like you want to study English with flashcards, books, podcasts or movies or sometimes courses. And it is so important to know that which of these ways you want to choose. As you may know, each of these ways has their own pros and cons. For an example, if you want to learn English with podcasts, of course, you can listen to them in a taxi if you are on a bus or on a train, but you are just improving your listening skills with podcasts. And my favorite way to learn English is with books and also movies and songs. It is a great and fabulous way because you are learning the grammar rules and the vocabulary, and also you are enjoying English with your favorite movie or your songs. It is great. The next step is to have a plan for a month. So you know your daily life routine, right? So it is a great opportunity to have a plan for yourself and set up a schedule. So when you wake up every morning, just take a look at your plan and start doing what you have planned for. That's it. Now it's time to start. Well, there are lots of English learning books. You can choose the great one and start learning English with them. Because by studying these useful books, you're gonna improve your listening, speaking, writing, and reading skills, and also you're gonna learn many vocabulary and grammar rules. On the other hand, if you are a candidate for IELTS or TOEFL exam, it is totally different. For an example, if you want to learn some vocabularies about a specific topic, it is not a good idea to start from Unit 1 because you should have a need before you start learning English. You should know about what you want to speak about or what you're gonna write about. For an example, I am an IELTS candidate and I want to speak about sport. So I will find this topic in my vocabulary book and I will start studying that lesson. The next step that is so important is highlight important points. For an example, if you're studying vocabulary, it is impossible to learn and memorize all of the new words. So the best way is to highlight useful words, some words that are easy for you to pronounce and memorize them. You don't need to learn all of these words and you're not going to use them in the future. Or when you are studying a grammar rule, try to highlight important points. So maybe after a month, when you want to review these lessons again, just take a look at these highlighted ideas. The next step is so important, guys. You just have to practice and practice and practice if you want to memorize and remember that lesson. For an example, if you want to start learning some vocabulary about a topic, try to make sentences, some stories. Use them in your daily life, like when you are driving a car. When you see a billboard, you can translate it in English. When you want to write a list before you go shopping, or maybe you want to wake up in the morning, you can say, "Good morning, rise and shine." So practicing is the most essential and important factor if you want to remember that lesson. Like when you are learning a grammar lesson, try to make sentences, make stories with that grammar rule. Why not? And do it as much as you can until you memorize that grammar lesson. Something that I recommend you is find some other English learners that are at the same level as you, so you can start practicing with them. If you have questions, you can ask each other. You can start speaking in English and use those English lessons that you have learned. And the last step is to review. If you don't review each of these lessons that you have learned, you will definitely forget every single detail. And always remember that the more you practice, the faster you can remember them and also use them in your speaking conversation. Alright guys, that was it for today's video. If this video was useful for you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel right now and like this video to support me and to let YouTube algorithm know that you have enjoyed this video. And also, if you know some other ways that are awesome for learning English, you can tell me in the comments. And also, if you have other questions, you can ask me in the comments. I will read all of your feedbacks and answer your questions. So yeah, that was it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Have a nice day.